Nigerian insurance sector stands at the precipice of transformation. For over a decade, it has been a sector full of potential but held back by outdated laws and regulations which are poorly enforced. This is the story of Nigeria's long and complex journey towards reforming its insurance industry, a journey filled with hope, setback, and a determination to modernize. Part 1. The Need for Change. In 2009, the Nigerian insurance industry was still governed by the 2003 Insurance Act, an act that had become increasingly obsolete in a rapidly changing world of business. As the global financial landscape evolved, so too did the need for a legal framework for insurance business that could keep pace with the times. Recognizing this, the federal government established the Insurance Law Review Committee in March 2009, chaired by late Professor Joe Iruku. Their mission: to modernize the laws governing Nigeria's insurance sector. Part 2. The Review in Process. Throughout 2009 and 2010, representatives from the Ministry of Finance, the National Insurance Commission, the Nigerian Insurance Association, and other key stakeholders gathered to review and update Nigeria's insurance law. By 2010, the committee had completed its work. The draft for the Consolidated Insurance Bill was submitted to the Attorney General's office with hopes that it would soon become law. This bill promised to bring Nigeria's insurance regulations in line with international best practices. Part 3. The bill in limbo. However, progress was far from smooth. After the bill was submitted, it languished in the corridors of the Federal Ministry of Finance, failing to reach the Federal Executive Council for approval. The insurance sector, still governed by the outdated 2003 law, was left frustrated. While other nations advanced their regulatory frameworks, Nigeria remained stuck in the legislative gridlock, stalling the potential growth and innovation of its insurance industry. Part 4. Renewed Efforts. In 2015, a new chapter began under President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. Efforts to pass the Consolidated Insurance Bill were renewed, with a new committee led by Dr. Omobai Omoebo. This fresh attempt sought to address the challenges facing the insurance industry and ensure the bill reflected modern insurance practices. With government support and industry optimism, the bill seemed poised to finally cross the finish line. Part 5. Legislative Hurdles. Yet, despite the renewed effort, the bill faced significant challenges as it moved through the legislative process. At the heart of the struggle were several contentious issues. The disagreement over the licensing of insurance brokers was one of such obstacles. Brokers advocated for indefinite licenses, while the National Insurance Commission (NICOM) insisted on a 3-year renewal period. Another major issue was the proposed unbundling of composite insurers, companies that provided both life and non-life insurance. Under the bill, these companies were required to separate their operations within 3 years, a timeline many felt was too rushed. This dispute, combined with the complexities of Nigeria's political landscape, led to further delays. By 2023, the bill remained stuck in the legislative process. Though progress has been made, the Buhari administration left office without the bill becoming law. Part 6. A glimmer of hope amidst conflicts. As of 2024, the Consolidated Insurance Bill has made significant strides, passing 2 readings in the National Assembly. The journey to reform, however, is not over. The bill has become a focal point for numerous conflicts within the industry. Among the most controversial issues is the proposed increase of minimum capital requirements for insurance companies. While some see this as essential for ensuring the industry's stability, others fear it could drive smaller insurers out of business, reducing competition and potentially harming consumers. Another point of contention is the introduction of reciprocal retention policy, requiring insurers to retain a certain percentage of risks within Nigeria. This policy has sparked debate, with some believe it will bolster the local industry, while others worry it could limit the abilities of insurers to diversify. Part 7. The Final Push. Unity or Failure. The future of Nigeria's insurance industry hangs in the balance. Will the Consolidated Insurance Bill finally be enacted into law, or will disagreements over recapitalization, local contents, and regulatory powers continue to hold it back? The stakes are high. After more than a decade of effort, the success or failure of this bill will shape the Nigerian insurance industry for years to come. Now, more than ever, unity among stakeholders is critical. The insurance sector cannot afford further delays. The time for reform is now, and the decision made in this crucial moment will determine the trajectory of Nigeria's insurance industry. The journey to reform has been long and challenging, but as the sun rises on a new era, hope remains that Nigeria's insurance industry will emerge stronger, more resilient, and ready to meet the demands of the future.